Helpful tips about going blind. Hi guys and welcome back to yesterday's wishes. Today's video is inspired by a question that I got on Twitter. It appears on the screen magically now. And this lovely girl asked me, do you have any helpful tips about going blind? So I'm going to endeavour to answer this question. I have thought long and hard about what advice I can give you and the best tips that I've found for myself, and I've also asked my lovely friend Laura that I went to go and meet in Newcastle the other day, and we came up with these things. And let's go on with the video. Okay, number one, I would say you want to get all your Pip assessments and forms filled out straight away. You want to be applying for money from the government to help you with your blindness, because there is going to be a lot of extra costs getting around mobility, with your guide dog, in taxis. If you want to be independent, that is the best way forward to go first of all. Number two, start applying for a guide dog as soon as possible. They are the best, in my opinion, mobility aid in the world. They get you around so much quicker than a cane, and I just love my little cute doggy Olga. Number three, you want to be having a blue badge, so anyone taking you around in the car is just already ready to get you in the disabled spot and get you into that shop as quick as possible. And I've also wrote a big long blog post ages ago on all the things that you can apply for in the description box below. Number four, you want to be learning Braille as soon as possible. You don't want to be stuck with not having a medium of learning. And the best way to be able to read and write as a blind person is the use of Braille and screen readers, and that is paramount if you want to be working independently and, yeah, just independent woman / man. Number five, make sure on your Apple iPhone, which is the best iPhone for blind users in my opinion, make sure your voiceover is set up in the general settings, and I've also done a video on that, so if you want to look at that, it's linked in the description box as well. And these are the apps that I have found really useful recently, and these will make you the most independent in my opinion, so I will show you them now. National Rail. This is a really good app if you are always on the go on the train, and it tells you what stops you're at, so if there's no voiceover or tannoy on the train, you're not worrying about where you are, and it tells you the train times when you get in, and yeah, it just really takes the anxiety away of travelling on the train. The train line, obviously, again, tickets, everything, all accessible on your iPhone device as a blind user of it. Tap See, I've already raved about this app. It literally, if you have even sausages from the butchers and they've written on it, like they've got a written on label, this app is amazing for that. It reads, it literally reads anything, handwriting, it's just really good. So if you want to distinguish those beans from those spaghetti hoops, then get Tap See. Can Find, again, that's just a low budget app off Tap See. Say Text, again, that's another one, but I like to have them all on my iPhone, just to have them ready. Money Reader, this is really awesome. If you haven't mastered what a £5 note is, or what a £10 note is, or what $1 is, or, you know, any sort of money, you just snap it on your phone and it instantly tells you what money you've got in your hand, which I am actually rubbish at distinguishing notes, so this is really good for me. Prismo, again, another app. This is like, if you don't have a actual, say I've got the HumanWare Zoom X for this actual device, so I don't use Prismo too much. Prismo is basically you hold your phone above a letter or something, and it's got to be the right distance away, and then you snap it and then it reads it. This app is the best one for the iPhone if you don't want to splurge on a HumanWare Zoom X, which is what I've got, to read your letters or your books or documents. I definitely recommend Prismo, but I would get a giraffe stand, which is a stand that is basically a fold out thing that you can take with you, but it's a lot more portable than the Zoom X in my opinion if you just want to get it out quickly, on the go, if you're reading a menu in a restaurant or whatever. Prismo is the best app to have. Bus Checker, if you're near a bus, if you're near a bus stop and you want to know what bus is coming next, it does tell you the bus number. If there's two buses there, obviously you have to maybe check with someone, because it tells you both buses that are there, so you obviously maybe don't know which one's the first one and which is the second bus, but Obviously, you know, not too many buses come at once unless you're in, you know, a busy area, but obviously it does the best it can, and it's a really good app. Ariadne GPS, this is amazing. I'm going to use this when I go to university to find different rooms and lecture halls. Basically what it does is that you walk a route and then you plot where the door is to any room. So say if I wanted to go to lecture hall 1, I'd walk there and then I'd plot it, and basically this takes you and buzzes in your pocket when you are at the door. So also you can send your friends routes, so if you want your friend to look, if your guide dog sort of knows a roundabout area of where someone's door is, if they've never been there, if your friends send you an Ariadne note or anything, they can just send it to your phone, it flies there, you walk to your friend's house, and then you're like, where's the door? This GPS is literally a metre away. You get a buzz as soon as you're at the door. It's very, very intuitive, a lot better than any other GPS, and it's the best for a blind user. Via, this is an app that you can get anything on. It's capital V, capital I, capital A, and you can get a lot of games on here, and it's just really good if you are a blind user that really wants to play games. This is the app for you. Okay, if you're going to uni, you want to be applying for DSA as soon as possible. Sorry I didn't say a number then, I've been rabbiting on about apps to you guys for ages, so I've forgotten the number. But yeah, you want to be applying for disability support allowance for uni as soon as possible, and that will help you get the funding to have books and equipment and maybe TA support, teaching assistant support if you need it. And there's also a scheme at work if you want to look into getting a job. Blind in Business is amazing. You should go and check them out. I'll leave the links below to their website. They're really good at getting blind people in business. So charities that you want to be getting involved in. My favourite charities, I have 2 personal, well 3, including guide dogs because that's my fave. One is Living Paintings. I'm their digital ambassador, and basically they bring books to life for you guys. So just check out the link below. That's a really good resource if you love audiobooks and anything like that. They do guest appearances with actual celebrities and interviews, so that's really cool. And the other charity which I love is the RLSB, the Royal London Society for the Blind, and basically they get really cool people together in an event called Future Exchange, which is in October of this year, and basically we all come together and talk about blindness, and everyone's just really cool there. We really get to share our thoughts and don't feel alone in the world, which is, you know, which is how you want to feel really. But yeah, it's just a really good event, and I felt so much happier when taking part in Future Exchange. In terms of preparation for being blind, I don't think anyone can prepare you for what's to come, because it's very scary. But what I know is that anyone can get through it with determination, and as long as you have the right resources under your belt, you can feel a lot better, a lot quicker, and that's what I'm here for. So if any of you guys have any comments or questions, if you're going blind yourself, I'm always here to answer loads of questions, because I didn't have the support when I was going blind, and I was frantically looking at loads and loads of people to try and support me, and this is the reason that I'm on the internet for you guys, to just be a one-stop resource to help you go through this. And obviously it's one of the most horrible disabilities. You know, it's very debilitating at times, but it can be, you know, you can make the best out of your life in any sort of way. You know, I really get joy out of audiobooks and listening to music and doing other things, and you know, you do adapt to your life. Human beings are here to adapt and change, and even though we don't like change, it definitely does happen, and you will be happy. Just because you're blind doesn't mean your life is over. I mean, I thought it was for a very long time. About a year I took to get back and do this YouTube channel and be, you know, happy and bubbling, really get back to myself. Obviously it's like a loss, and that's what everyone always says. It's literally like a grieving process, losing your eyesight, and that's what I went through. But if you try and stay strong and maybe watch some of my other videos, make sure that you always feel confident in yourself and get back to being yourself. Just because you're blind doesn't mean you cannot be independent, and that's what I really want to stress to you. Independence will come back, you just have to try a little bit harder than the average person. In terms of actual devices, I would really recommend the Pen Friend. I always rave about it. I label all of my makeup with this device. It's from the RNIB. You can purchase it at their store. I will leave a link below, and basically they're little stickers and you attach a sticker to the product that you want to name. So for instance, powder, and then you put the pen device on the blank sticker. Somebody records it for you, so say Ollie, who's sitting right behind the camera, he does mine for me, bless him. And then the next time you hover over it, you know what product it is, and you can be independent in a flash. So some tips in terms of music software. Me and Laura were discussing this because I use Spotify on my iPhone, but it doesn't work, the Spotify app doesn't work if you are on a laptop and using a screen reader. Spotify doesn't have the capability, it's literally like a blank screen. So Laura actually uses Deezer, which is a different program. It's just as good, and if you want to, if you are primarily a screen reader user, I would really recommend Deezer. And I'm looking into Apple Music. I will get back to you in the long run for that, because they've only just released Apple Music and I'm trialing it, and it does have a lot of glitches, especially on the iPad, but I think it's going to be a really good music software to have. And in terms of Spotify on the iPhone, I think it's absolutely great. I've been using it the whole time I've been blind, and it's just a really good way to start music on the go, and that's how I listen to music on my bike when I'm exercising, on my exercise bike, and it's just a really good app to have. Helpful tips I wish I knew at the time of going blind. I think I really wish that I could be more positive and really look into the future and say, Lucy, you will have a bright future ahead of you. I really wish that I could sit back and say, look, you know, it's going to be okay. And obviously you don't think that at the time. But all of these tips that I'm sharing with you guys today, hopefully it will help you in the long run to getting back your independence. Yeah, it's just a really hard thing to go through, and I really, you know, sympathise with you because I've been through it and I have been sighted before and now I'm blind, so obviously I do miss the sighted world quite a lot, but I am really embracing what I have, and you guys can too. So in terms of laptops then, if you go into a professional world, everyone will use a Windows computer. So what you want to be doing is learning JAWS in that sort of setting. So if I become a professional lawyer, I know that they will primarily use JAWS because they will have a Windows machine, and that's what they will provide me in the workplace. So that's what you want to be using. In terms of home use, I really do recommend the VoiceOver on the Apple Macs because it's a built-in system. In the end, JAWS, the separate program on a laptop, versus an Apple machine that comes with the VoiceOver, they come to about the same price in the end. But as I would say, you need to learn JAWS to be in a professional setting, in my opinion, but every string to your bow. I really do recommend that you learn everything that is out there, and yeah, you will get the best out of what you're doing. In terms of being in the education system and going blind, you need to fight for your point. I would be very determined in getting your support the very way that you want to. I would read up on the statementing system and the SEN support at your school, and I would really strive for what you need. You know, the way I have got round in school is being very determined and knowing what I'm entitled to, and being blind, obviously, you know, you have to be a bit more pushy and know what you need. So read up on what you're entitled to, and I know it sounds bad, but get what you deserve by creating meetings with people if they're not doing what you're entitled to. Basically, what I'm basically trying to say is that, you know, don't be pushed over, and don't think that you're not entitled to something just because someone says, oh no, you know, you're not entitled to that, and then don't just take their word for it because they might not necessarily know what you're entitled to, because, you know, every visual impairment's different and it's a very much a spectrum. See, I'm almost totally blind and I'm entitled to 100% extra time, but someone else who has a bit more vision than me might have 50% extra time, etc, etc. So you need to find out in terms of exam conditions how much extra time you needed. Do you need a scribe? Do you need a reader? What do you need? So make sure you have all of that in place. Also in lessons, are you entitled to a TA? Are you entitled to it, your resources being enlarged? So just make sure you think of all of that when you go into an educational setting. So I've also done a kitchen utensils video in the down bar below. I've done a lot of videos that you can go and check out on my channel about blindness and utensils, but the ones that I really love in the kitchen are my talking scales, and you need some measuring spoons. You can get them from anywhere, but I really do use my talking scales a lot, and you can get them from the RNIB and I'll link them below. But just see what's available that you can get resources wise from the RNIB. Not everything is great, I'm not going to lie to you. Don't buy something if you don't think it will work, because 9 times out of 10 it might be rubbish. I don't actually have a lot of equipment in terms of that. Like, I don't have everything talking to me because I think I'd go insane. I have a talking microwave and a talking scales, and in terms of everything else I adapt it around me. I don't have all these special equipment. I have a normal kettle, a normal this, a normal that. So you need to organise your kitchen in a way that works best for you. So I also use my scales to measure water as well, because there is a jug on the RNIB which I don't think really works in my opinion. I just use the scales. So 1 litre of water equals 1 kilogram. So if you have that in mind, then you can just use the scales for anything really. Okay, it's probably really useful to have a Perkins Brailler in your household. It's really clunky and really old, and usually people use Braille notes these days, usually like the humanware ones or whatever. But what you want to be doing is labelling, say, your spice rack with Braille stickers. So you can get them on the RNIB as well, and the Perkins Brailler. It is very clunky and you need a space for it, but you might be able to get a grant from your school or whatever to purchase this. You want to be looking for conventions that show you the best equipment for yourself. So I usually go to Sight Village Birmingham, and I'll link that below. I'm sure they have Sight Village all around the country, and they also probably have them in America. But basically you want to be looking at the best technology. Usually Humanware and Optilec are the best known ones that I know, but Sight and Sound are amazing. They do excellent advice, and you can purchase almost anything there, so look into that. Obviously dictaphones are really useful. I'm going to be recording all my lectures next year. I just love dictaphones personally to have just notes for everyday tasks or shopping lists or whatever. So if you used to write stuff down and you're really feeling like, oh, I can't write anymore, I'm really annoyed, get a dictaphone. They're the best things that have ever replaced my handwriting. It's really great. Obviously in terms of makeup, I hope that you will be coming to yesterday's wishes for some tips. Don't mean to be pompous, but yeah, anything that I sort of do in terms of organising my drawers and everything, hopefully I can help you with in many of my videos to come. And yeah, make sure you are independent in being able to make up your face. Okay, so if you don't have a talking microwave as of yet, bump-ons are really important. So you can stick them on anything. I have them on my cooker because obviously I don't have a talking cooker. I don't think that exists. I don't know, let me know if it does. But I have bump-ons on my cooker to tell me what 200 degrees is, and the oven button. So obviously you will be customised to sort of, it'll be customised to what you sort of want to do. It's up to you. But I also have bump-ons on my washing machine too. So they're really important. In terms of watching the TV, you want audio description on. Sometimes it's really annoying. Me and my friend Laura were talking about this. Sometimes we hardly ever have audio description on. It depends if you have a Dale or an Ollie, which are our 2 boyfriends, to also describe things for you, which we're very lucky to have both of them. But audio description is good, and the best device that I would say in terms of TV wise is Sky, and it's the Sky Talker, and it basically, it doesn't talk the guide for you, but what it does, it has a tactile remote, and it also speaks all the buttons for you. So if you could do 101, which is BBC, it says 101 BBC, and it tells you what the current programme is on. And you can also get a Sky Plus app from your phone, and VoiceOver does work with it, so you can record whatever you want from the Sky Plus app. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to know anything else about how I cope with my blindness, just let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to help with anything, as I said. I really hope you enjoyed this video again. Please like, comment and subscribe and share this video, and I really hope I helped. See you next time, guys. Bye. It's really hot in here. It's my hair flat. Vogue, 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 Vogue. It's really hot under these lights, guys. It's really sticky today in Britain, so it's like